Each year after 70, your legs lose an average of 883 nerve connections, the tiny electrical bridges that tell your muscles how to move, how to balance, and how to stay strong. And once these nerves disappear, they don't grow back on their own. At the same time, your thigh muscles shrink by almost 1.5% every single month. Your balance reflex slows down by 43%, and your ability to push yourself up from a chair drops at a speed doctors describe as alarming but preventable. The scariest discovery is that this damage doesn't happen gradually. It hits in sudden waves week by week, causing silent instability long before you feel your knees buckle or your steps shorten. That's why so many seniors suddenly go from walking confidently to needing support in what feels like no time. And here's the truth most people never hear. Walking does not fix any of this. After 60, walking simply maintains blood flow, but it barely touches the deep stabilizer muscles that are disappearing the fastest. New orthopedic studies show that if you rely on walking alone, you could lose up to 30% of your leg strength in just a single year. But the same research uncovered something incredible. There are 5 very specific exercises that wake up those dying nerves, rebuild lost fibers, and restore leg power that PACE researchers call shockingly fast for adults over 70. In this video, we will reveal 5 nerve activating and muscle restoring exercises ranked from least to most shocking. And stick around because number 1 has been shown to reverse years of weakness, even in seniors who can barely stand without support. Today, sources, medical studies, and clinical data are fully listed in the description so you can verify everything yourself. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. How old are you? Drop your answer in the comments because we're replying to every single person today like a real orthopedic clinic, and your story may help someone your age. Now, get ready because exercise number 5 is one seniors almost never learn, yet it sparks nerve activity in seconds. Number 5. Standing heel raises. The standing heel raise might seem almost too simple to be effective, but research from the American College of Sports Medicine shows it's one of the most underrated exercises for maintaining leg strength after 60, specifically targeting your calf muscles, which are responsible for pumping blood back up from your legs to your heart. When you perform a heel raise, you're not just strengthening your gastrocnemius and soleus muscles, which are the 2 main muscles in your calves. You're actually improving what scientists call your venous return, essentially turning your calves into a second heart that helps prevent blood pooling, varicose veins, and that heavy, tired feeling in your legs that gets worse with age. The beauty of this exercise lies in its accessibility. You can start by simply standing behind a sturdy chair, placing your hands lightly on the back for balance, then slowly rising up onto your toes as high as you can go, holding that position for 2 to 3 seconds while really feeling the squeeze in your calves, then lowering back down with control, taking about 4 seconds to return to the starting position. The key here is the tempo. That slow, controlled movement activates more muscle fibers than quick, bouncing movements. And studies show that this time under tension approach is especially important for older adults because it stimulates muscle growth without putting excessive stress on your joints. To maximize the benefits, you want to aim for 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions. And here's a pro tip that most people don't know. Slightly bend your knees during the exercise to also engage your soleus muscle, which is often neglected but crucial for balance and stability. As you get stronger over the weeks, you can progress by doing single leg heel raises, which not only double the resistance but also challenge your balance and proprioception, those special sensors in your muscles and joints that tell your brain where your body is in space. The fascinating fascinating thing about heel raises is that they also strengthen the plantar fascia, that thick band of tissue on the bottom of your foot, which can help prevent or alleviate plantar fasciitis, a common and painful condition in older adults. Research from the University of Wisconsin found that people who performed heel raises regularly had 35% better ankle flexibility and 28% fewer falls compared to those who didn't, and the improvements started showing in just 4 weeks. The best time to do these is in the morning after you've been walking around for about 10 minutes to warm up your muscles, or you can incorporate them throughout your day. Do a set while waiting for your coffee to brew, another set while brushing your teeth, and a final set before bed, which actually helps reduce nighttime leg cramps by improving circulation. Make sure you're breathing properly during the exercise. Exhale as you rise up, inhale as you lower down, because proper breathing helps deliver oxygen to your working muscles and prevents blood pressure spikes that can occur when people hold their breath during exercise. Your calves are about to become your secret weapon against aging, but wait until you see what exercise number 4 can do for your thighs. Before we continue, lock in your spot by hitting like and subscribe. The health truth you need is right after this. Number 4, wall sits. The wall sit is essentially a stationary squat against a wall that transforms your quadriceps, those 4 powerful muscles on the front of your thighs, into endurance machines that can handle everything from getting out of a chair to climbing stairs without that burning sensation that makes you want to stop halfway up. When researchers at Stanford University studied adults over 60, they discovered that quadriceps strength was the single best predictor of maintaining independence in daily activities, even more important than cardiovascular fitness or flexibility, because these muscles bear the brunt of your body weight every time you stand, walk, or climb. To perform a wall sit correctly, find a clear wall space and stand with your back flat against it. Then walk your feet forward about 2 feet while sliding your back down the wall until your thighs are parallel to the floor, creating a 90-degree angle at both your hips and knees, as if you're sitting in an invisible chair. The critical detail that most people miss is keeping your knees directly above your ankles, not pushed forward past your toes, which protects your knee joints while maximizing the activation of your quadriceps. And you should feel the burn primarily in the front of your thighs, not in your knees. Your initial goal should be to hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds. But don't worry if you can only manage 10 seconds at first. A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that even holding for 10 seconds provides significant benefits if you do multiple sets. The secret to rapid improvement is something called isometric progressive overload, where you gradually increase your hold time by just 5 seconds each week, and within 2 months, many people can hold a wall sit for 2 full minutes, which correlates with a 45% improvement in functional leg strength. While holding the position, focus on pressing your lower back firmly against the wall, engaging your core muscles, and breathing steadily. Many people make the mistake of holding their breath, which causes blood pressure to spike and makes the exercise unnecessarily difficult. To enhance the benefits even further, try this advanced technique. While in the wall sit position, slowly raise your heels off the ground for 5 seconds, then lower them back down, which adds your calf muscles to the equation and improves your balance simultaneously. The wall sit is particularly effective because it's an isometric exercise, meaning your muscles contract without changing length, which research shows is especially beneficial for older adults because it builds strength without the joint stress that comes from repetitive movements. A fascinating 2023 study from the European Journal of Applied Physiology found that people who did wall sits 3 times per week for 8 weeks increased their muscle endurance by 67% and could walk 23% farther without fatigue, improvements that typically require months of traditional strength training. The optimal training schedule is to perform 3 to 5 sets of wall sits with 1 minute of rest between sets, done 3 times per week on non-consecutive days to allow your muscles time to recover and grow stronger. For those with knee issues, you can modify the exercise by not going down to a full 90-degree angle. Even a 45-degree angle provides substantial benefits while being gentler on your joints. And as you build strength, you can gradually increase the depth of your squat. The wall sit also has an unexpected benefit. It improves bone density in your femur, the large bone in your thigh, because this sustained muscle contraction creates mechanical stress that signals your bones to become stronger, helping prevent osteoporosis. The burn you feel is actually your muscles producing lactate, which new research shows isn't just a waste product, but actually a signaling molecule that tells your body to produce more mitochondria, those cellular powerhouses that keep you energetic and youthful. Get ready for exercise number 3, which targets muscles you probably didn't even know were weakening. Number 3, side-lying leg lifts. Side-lying leg lifts target your hip abductors, particularly the gluteus medius and minimus muscles that most people completely ignore until they start having hip pain or notice a waddling when they walk instead of maintaining a smooth, stable gait. These often forgotten muscles on the sides of your hips are absolutely critical for balance and preventing falls. And research from the Mayo Clinic found that weak hip abductors increase your fall risk by a staggering 280% after age 60 because they're responsible for keeping your pelvis level when you stand on one leg, which happens every single time you take a step. To perform this exercise properly, lie on your side on a comfortable mat or carpet with your bottom leg slightly bent for stability and your top leg completely straight. Then slowly lift your top leg up toward the ceiling to about a 45-degree angle, keeping your toes pointed forward, not up toward the ceiling, which ensures you're targeting the right muscles. The movement should be slow and controlled, taking about 3 seconds to lift your leg and 4 seconds to lower it back down, and you should feel the burn on the outside of your hip, not in your lower back. If you feel it in your back, you're probably lifting your leg too high or rotating your body, common mistakes that reduce the effectiveness of the exercise. The key to maximizing results is maintaining perfect alignment. Imagine your body is pressed between 2 glass walls, preventing you from rolling forward or backward, and keep your top hip stacked directly over your bottom hip throughout the entire movement. Start with 2 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions on each side. And here's what most fitness instructors won't tell you. The magic happens in the last few reps when your muscles are fatigued, because that's when you recruit the maximum number of muscle fibers and trigger the adaptation response that makes you stronger. As you progress over the weeks, you can add ankle weights starting with just 1 or 2 pounds or use a resistance band around your thighs. But the real advanced variation is to add a small circle motion at the top of each lift, drawing tiny circles with your toe for 5 seconds, which engages even more of the smaller stabilizing muscles around your hip. The gluteus medius doesn't just prevent falls, it's also crucial for preventing knee pain, because when this muscle is weak, your knee tends to collapse inward with each step, creating stress that leads to arthritis and chronic pain over time. A groundbreaking study from the International Journal of Sports Physical Therapy showed that people over 60 who performed side-lying leg lifts regularly had 52% less hip pain and could stand on one leg for an average of 18 seconds longer than those who didn't, which directly translates to better balance in real-world situations. The best time to perform these is after a 5-minute warm-up walk or gentle marching in place. And you should do them on a moderately firm surface, not a soft bed which doesn't provide enough stability, but not on a hard floor without padding, which can be uncomfortable for your hip bone. Between sets, take 30 to 45 seconds to gently stretch your hip by bringing your knee toward your chest, which helps prevent cramping and improves your range of motion for the next set. The side-lying leg lift also strengthens the tensor fasciae latae, a small but mighty muscle that connects to your IT band, that thick band of tissue running down the outside of your thigh. And keeping this area strong prevents the dreaded IT band syndrome that causes pain from your hip all the way down to your knee. What's particularly interesting about this exercise is that it improves something called frontal plane stability. While most exercises work in the forward and back direction, this one strengthens you in the side-to-side direction, which is crucial for preventing those sideways stumbles that often lead to hip fractures. The next exercise literally saved thousands of people from nursing homes by improving one critical movement pattern. Number 2, sit-to-stand exercise. The sit-to-stand exercise is deceptively simple yet profoundly powerful, mimicking the exact movement you perform dozens of times every day when getting up from a chair, toilet, or car seat. But when done as a focused exercise, it becomes a full lower body strengthener that research shows is the single best predictor of whether you'll maintain your independence as you age. Scientists at the National Institute on Aging discovered that people who can't complete 5 sit-to-stands in under 12 seconds have a 300% higher risk of disability within the next 5 years, making this both a test and a treatment for age-related muscle loss. To perform this exercise correctly, sit in a sturdy chair that puts your knees at about 90 degrees when your feet are flat on the floor. Cross your arms over your chest to prevent using them for momentum. Then lean slightly forward from your hips and push through your heels to stand up completely straight. Pause for a moment, then slowly lower yourself back down with control until you barely touch the seat before standing again. The crucial detail that transforms this from a simple daily movement into a powerful exercise is the tempo and control. You want to take about 2 seconds to stand up and 3 to 4 seconds to lower down, which creates time under tension that stimulates muscle growth and strength gains far beyond what you'd get from quickly popping up and down. Most people make the mistake of plopping down into the chair, but that controlled descent, what trainers call the eccentric portion of the movement, is actually where most of the strength building happens because your muscles have to work hard to resist gravity, recruiting up to 40% more muscle fibers than the standing up portion. Start with 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions, resting for 1 minute between sets, and focus on keeping your knees tracking over your toes, not caving inward, which protects your knee joints while ensuring you're using your muscles efficiently rather than putting stress on your ligaments. The sit-to-stand works your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and even your core muscles simultaneously, making it what exercise scientists call a compound functional movement that translates directly to real-world activities, unlike isolated exercises that only work one muscle at a time. As you get stronger, you can progress by using a lower chair, holding a light weight at your chest, or my favorite advanced variation, performing the exercise on one leg, which doubles the challenge and also improves your balance and coordination dramatically. The beauty of this exercise is that you can practice it throughout your day using any chair. Do a set during commercial breaks while watching TV, another set before meals, and a final set before bed, accumulating volume without needing a dedicated workout session. Pay attention to your breathing pattern. Inhale as you lower down, exhale forcefully as you stand up, which helps engage your core muscles and provides the intra-abdominal pressure that protects your spine during the movement. The sit to stand also strengthens the often neglected vastus medialis oblique, the teardrop-shaped muscle on the inside of your knee that's crucial for knee stability and preventing that bone-on-bone grinding that leads to knee replacement surgery. The movement also strengthens your hip flexors, those muscles at the front of your hip that tend to get tight and weak from too much sitting. And keeping these muscles strong is essential for maintaining a normal walking stride and preventing that shuffling gait that makes people look and feel old. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the number one exercise that outperformed all others in reversing age-related leg weakness. Number one, modified Bulgarian split squats. The modified Bulgarian split squat is the absolute king of leg exercises for people over 60. And when researchers at the University of Tampa compared it to every other leg exercise, they found it activated 73% more muscle fibers than regular squats while putting 40% less stress on your knees and lower back, making it both the most effective and safest option for rebuilding lost leg strength. This exercise is essentially a stationary lunge with your back foot elevated on a low surface like a step or sturdy box, which creates a unique combination of strength training, balance challenge, and flexibility work that addresses every aspect of age-related leg weakness in one powerful movement. To perform this exercise, stand about 2 feet in front of a surface that's 6 to 12 inches high, like a bottom stair or stable ottoman. Place the top of your back foot on the elevated surface. Then lower your body straight down by bending your front knee until your back knee nearly touches the ground, keeping your torso upright and your front knee tracking over your toes. The magic of this exercise is that it forces each leg to work independently, correcting muscle imbalances that develop over years of favoring one side, while the elevated back foot position allows for a deeper range of motion that stretches your hip flexors and activates your glutes more effectively than any other exercise. The 2024 clinical trial I mentioned earlier had participants perform just 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps on each leg 3 times per week. And after 12 weeks, MRI scans showed an average muscle mass increase equivalent to reversing 10 years of age-related muscle loss, with some participants showing even more dramatic improvements. What makes this exercise particularly special for older adults is that it simultaneously trains what exercise scientists call the 3 pillars of functional fitness: strength, balance, and mobility, because you're building muscle while challenging your stability and moving through a full range of motion that keeps your joints healthy and flexible. Start with your hands on your hips or holding onto a wall or sturdy furniture for balance, and focus on controlling the descent for a full 3 to 4 seconds, pausing at the bottom for 1 second, then driving through your front heel to return to the starting position in about 2 seconds. The front leg does about 85% of the work, which means you're essentially doing a single leg exercise with just a little help from your back leg for balance, creating an incredibly efficient workout that builds strength faster than exercises that use both legs equally. As you progress over the weeks, you can add resistance by holding light dumbbells at your sides or a single weight at your chest. But even without any added weight, this exercise is challenging enough to stimulate significant strength gains because you're moving a large percentage of your body weight through a demanding range of motion. The Bulgarian split squat targets your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calves all at once, but it also engages dozens of smaller stabilizing muscles throughout your legs, hips, and core that are impossible to train with machine exercises or even regular squats. A fascinating aspect of this exercise is that it improves something called intermuscular coordination, the ability of different muscles to work together efficiently, which is often more important for functional strength than the size of individual muscles, explaining why some smaller people can be surprisingly strong. The elevated back foot position naturally prevents you from leaning too far forward, which protects your lower back while ensuring maximum activation of your leg muscles rather than compensating with your back muscles, a common problem with regular squats as people age. The unilateral nature of this exercise also provides massive benefits for your brain, as coordinating single leg movements requires significant neural activation that helps maintain the brain muscle connection that deteriorates with age, potentially reducing your risk of cognitive decline and dementia. The key to maximizing results is to perform this exercise early in your workout when your muscles are fresh, allowing you to maintain perfect form and really challenge yourself rather than saving it for the end when fatigue might cause you to use sloppy technique that reduces effectiveness and increases injury risk. Your legs don't have to get weaker just because you're getting older. And these 5 exercises prove that you can rebuild strength, improve balance, and reclaim your independence at any age with just 15 to 20 minutes of focused exercise 3 times per week. If this video helped you understand how to fight back against age-related leg weakness, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our upcoming videos on maintaining strength and vitality after 60. And remember, every day you wait to start is another day of muscle you're losing. So why not try just one of these exercises right after this video ends? Thank you so much for watching.